Do not mow wet grass. Yeah. All right. Hey there, folks. This is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to another gorgeous day on the farm. I got my goofy hat on because I don't want to get sunburnt. I ain't got any hair. Today, folks, what we're going to be doing is trying out an awesome new mower with a suspension system like you've never seen. So come along today. We're going to be testing and trying this new Toro Z Master with my ride suspension.
I ain't afraid of work. I ain't afraid of play. I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. This is the new Eggmobile, and it's awesome. Guys, I built that the other day right off the sawmill. You got to see that video. There'll be a link at the end of this video. If you're into chickens, if you're into farming, this will be your thing. So this, again, is another instrumental tool in managing a large property like this, and this is a 60-inch cut. We're going to walk all the way around, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about maintenance, about upkeep, and about what I do to keep my mowers running smooth. So this is called the Z Master 2000, and it has the Kawasaki 730V engine in it. Kawasaki means quality, guys. It really does. It has the awesome air filter system back here, 2-inch hitch built in to the mower. Awesome little fit and finish stuff with Toro. Toro does a great job with their fit and finish. We're going to talk about this. This is the My Ride suspension. We'll talk about that in just a second. So as we walk around the machine, pretty much you've got a belt diagram down here. This is where you check your oil, which is something that you definitely need to do every single time you run the mower. Easy access to the battery, heavy duty rollover protection system right here. And this is the first time this mower has ever been in the grass, so I'm really excited to run it. Now, this Kawasaki engine powers the hydraulic motors, but pushes a different kind of tire here. So this tire has a different kind of tread than you would typically expect to see on a zero-turn mower. This is a turf tire, but it is siped right here. In other words, it gets better grip, okay? So it gets better grip for going up and down hills. And you can't really tell, but we live on a hillside right here, and it's very important to be able to get up and down hills appropriately. Now, we have a discharge chute right here. Easy access for all of our belts. Everything we need to access right there. Pockets and holding areas. So we have a USB charging port, which is something I have not seen on a zero-turn mower just yet. This is a cell phone pocket, easily enough. This is an iPhone Pro 14, great old big phone right here, guys, and it fits in there just fine. The other mower I had, it did not fit. Nice seat, very comfortable fit and finish wise. Man, this seat looks like it belongs in a Lambo. Super cool, super nice. So as we walk around a little bit more, ergonomic grips that we use right here, it's all about the grips. It's all about being comfortable on the ride, and that's where the My Ride suspension comes in. So you got a great old big thing here if you wanted to tote a bag of chips with you or a snack or something like that, pack of nabs. You got a nice big cup holder right there. If you had a great old big tumbler, you could fit it in there, one of those big Yeti tumblers. I just use a water bottle. Here's where your fuel is. Now, you have a fuel gauge, which is right over here on the right-hand side of the seat. There's a fuel gauge right down there, and you can keep an eye on your fuel. That's a feature that most zero-turn mowers of this grade do not have, is a fuel gauge. So you just have to look down at a plastic tank down there and see how full it is. This is for your PTO. So when we get ready to engage our PTO, all we do is flick that little toggle switch right there. So if you're going up and over curbs, mash that, it stays up into position. If you want to lower it back down, release that handle right there. So mash it up, holds into place. Want it back down, do that. This is how you adjust, and we mow at about 4.5 to 5 inches here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. But if you wanted to change that, it's as simple as lifting it up, pulling a pin, and dropping it into the next position. I think we're gonna go on with a 4 3/4 right there. Discharge chute will blast grass out to the side. I don't know if you guys saw me pull up here, but I was mowing and it was slinging grass, and I'm a little bit behind on getting my mowing done for the season right here. So this is probably the 5th mow of the season, but the first time I've been on this zero-turn mower. Now I'm on the MyRide suspension. This thing rocks back and forth. It's really, really comfortable. Let's just give you a little detail on that. There's some shocks and springs in the suspension right here that's really important. So you can mash right there. You can see this is a free-floating apparatus. There is a shock and a spring right there. This free floats, really, really cool. Again, called MyRide suspension. On the front, you have a shock, and on the rear, you have a shock. So shocks and springs on front and rear, and you can adjust these. It's just this simple. You just dial it in to where you want to be. I've got it dialed into the number 3 setting. It's based upon your weight. So if you decide to get one of these, you can look at this, and it's, again, based upon your weight. So that is the MyRide suspension system. Now the deck is super heavy duty, guys. You can see it's got a bull nose right here, and it also has a nice little spot for a step right there so that you don't scuff up your mower. I will say that this Toro does a good job at helping keep their mowers looking new. In other words, the paint holds up better. Everything seems to hold up better, and this mower will look like this in 4 years if you take good care of it. Now stay tuned to the end. I'm going to tell you exactly what I do to take care of my mower before I put it up, and it's not using a water hose. Don't use a water hose. So without further ado, let's get out here and get to mowing. Folks, I don't know if you can tell, but this suspension seat setup, the MyRide suspension, is floating me along the ground. You can see the mower bouncing, but I'm not bouncing along with it. This is the smoothest and fastest mowing zero turn that I've ever been on, guys. Super impressed. Now you might see the stripes in the lawn right here. The stripes were put in here by the Ventrac mower. Typically I've been mowing with the Ventrac, but now that I have the new Z-Master 2000, I think we're just gonna stick with the Z-Master and mow in the yard, and we'll take the Ventrac out and mow the farm. This thing is super awesome, and that Kawasaki engine is just powerful, much more powerful than the last mower I had. Super impressed, guys. Please post any comments or questions that you might have. I'll try my best to get to your questions. Folks, if you like this kind of content, please jump in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you back here on our 150-acre first-generation farm project. We've got a lot more than mowing the yard going on here on the Stoney Ridge farm. Chainsaw reviews, tool reviews, moving the cows, raising animals, and all kinds of fun stuff that goes along with building a first-generation farm and managing a large property like this. We're on 150 acres here. That was the smoothest ride I have ever experienced in a zero-turn mower. Unbelievable, guys. The MyRide suspension, and again, I'm not telling you this because I want to sell you a mower. I don't get paid to sell you a mower. I'm telling you, that was awesome. I don't know if you saw from the drone footage or from any of the other footage that I was going over this land. It's really bumpy right through here. It doesn't look that bumpy. It mowed it really smooth. But if you look out through here, you can see hump, hump, hump. My septic field is right here, and there's humps all throughout here. So as I came up and down through here, it was basically, normally it would beat the snot out of me, but it didn't beat the snot out of me this time. It did awesome. So the MyRide suspension is a total game changer. The tires on this thing, they're really cool. They did a great job. There's a learning curve to those tires, I'll tell you that. The grass is a little bit moist. The sun's getting ready to go down, so the dew is kind of coming up out of the soil, and they were a little bit slick. They like to spin just a little bit. However, if you mow slow, if you slow down a little bit, you didn't have any spinach, but I was rolling, man. I don't know if you guys noticed how fast I was going, but I was smoking it on this thing. So I can't say enough about the Kawasaki engine too. So the Kawasaki engine is really a game changer. The other one that I had, the last mower I had a 26 horsepower, and it was a different brand. Kawasaki, man, that thing just is next level. So this mower, in my opinion, I had a John Deere 777. That's a 32 horsepower John Deere mower, and this thing would chew it up and spit it out the tailpipe. I mean, honestly, and that was a commercial mower. I don't know what the equivalent is now, but I think they're like 16 grand, something like that. I'll post down there what the MSRP of this thing is. Check out your local Toro dealer. Demo one. Try one out, guys. We'll have many, many more mowers on the farm to test and try, but that MyRide suspension was super cool, super awesome. Now, let's talk to you about maintenance. So, before I park the mower, the last thing I do, I don't rinse it off. And a lot of people want to rinse their mower. Well, that's the worst thing you can do. A couple of the worst things you can do with your mower: rinsing it when you're done and putting it up wet. You've heard of rode hard and put up wet? Don't ride it hard and put it up wet. This is a blower. I simply just take the blower. That's the turbo button. This is a Toro blower also. I just give it a good blow off. So every time I ride it, every time I mow, I give it a good once over. So every time I mow, I give it a good once over with the blower. If you do that and you don't mow in the wet, it will stay clean all year long. And at the end of the season, that's when you'll go ahead and you'll do your full-on grime and grub clean, okay? Do not mow wet grass. Don't get out and mow wet grass. That clogs things up, it tears things up, it will tear up your mower. It'll tear up your zero turn. If you're riding a regular lawn tractor right now, guys, I pose this challenge to you. Go try out a zero turn mower. You will not regret it. There is a bit of a learning curve on a zero turn mower, but I'm telling you, it is a game changer. It will nearly double the speed at which you mow. Unless you just like sitting on a putt-putt lawn tractor, go try a zero turn. Try one out, I'm telling you. You will not regret it, guys. Look at the mow, look at the cut we've got. I've still got to go move the cows, so this is where I say goodbye to you guys. I'll keep you posted. We'll do some reviews throughout the season. If there are any problems, I'll let you guys know. Hit that like button. If you have any questions, post them down there. The MSRP for this machine will be right down here. And yeah, go into your Toro dealer and haggle with them a little bit, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed these tips on mowing. I don't care if it is a lawn tractor, if it's any kind of mower, don't mow wet. Don't mow wet. That will drastically reduce the lifespan of your deck and your blades and your spindles, which is what spins the blades up underneath there. Guys, we'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. All right. Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Okay. Let me just say, get off my blooper. And it's got foot pedals. It's really, really comfortable.